Good morning from Dallas, Texas. It is August the 2nd, I believe. Yes, it is August 2nd, 2016. So, my thinking today, and I wanted to get you to think about this. I like to share with you to maybe help you think about things. What about friendship and friends? Now, the Narc and I had lots of friends together. Good morning. The Narc and I had lots of friends together, and the friends that are in your life are used to the way that you are or were around the Narc. One thing that helped me was I had to pretty much go no contact with my existing group of friends because they are used to you being the same person that you were around the Narc. So it's okay to go make new friends. It's okay to tell friends that you need some time alone, but just don't isolate. What I say is, I think with Facebook you can meet people online and get the support that you need that way and get the right support. And just put your friends on hold, I mean, going no contact with a narcissist should be like a no-brainer. Now, if there's friends that you were both friends with him or whatever, just put those friends on hold. Go no contact temporarily so that you can get better. And guess what? Chances are, when you heal and you get better, you probably might not even want to be around those friends because you might realize that they had some narcissistic traits as well, and that when you're around them, you feel less than, okay? So that's the thing is the feelings. Do you feel less than somebody when you're around them? Do you think it's all you? I used to think it was all me. I would meet somebody new and stand there and talk to them and, be attentive and I'd always think, oh, this person's great, and I mean, I always gave people the benefit of the doubt, and I almost was too excited to meet people. I think people, they came across as just this like vulnerability, like this, when I'm shaking and I'm smiling and I'm just, I don't know where I got this from, that I have to like people or I have to get people to like me just to be like happy, just to feel good. Like I couldn't walk away from that person and not have them not like me. They had to like me, is what I'm saying. And I don't have that today, okay? I don't have that. Now, I do have it a little bit, but I don't have it, like, it's not pervasive like it was. It wasn't something through my whole day. Like, when I'm comfortable with who I am now, I don't have that emptiness that needs to be filled by other people, which is what the narcissist does, right? So, I think being around the narcissist, it rubs off on us. I really do. I know for a while, when the Narc and I had some businesses, we were really trying to impress people. I mean, I guess we were trying to show that we made it, we were successful, and I remember thinking, like, is this it? I mean, yeah, we got the nice house and everything. We had some toys, but she was so into it. Like it was almost like when we achieved it, I felt kind of empty still. In fact, I felt really empty because this wasn't what I thought it was. But for her, it was just the next thing. It was like, it was no big deal to her. That's kind of what kind of made a little crack, and I think our relationship, where I kind of said, you know what, we're not quite the same. But of course, when like in my case, when I'm in a marriage for 15 years at the time or 12 years, I'm not gonna just, and we got kids, I'm not gonna just like throw the towel in. So no, it's interesting that, you know, the friends that you hung out with, did you force that friendship? Did you maybe like think you had to be friends just to feel like, well, I don't want to look like I'm normal. I don't want to look like I don't have any friends. So did you ever force a friendship and it just never is quite working out? Like you just you feel kind of empty when you're around that person. Like, I mean, you don't feel bad, but you just like, or they gossip and you just, you know, I don't know. I just really look at friends differently now. And, you know, it's okay to say no. It's okay to, you know, people you don't want to be around, if they keep asking you, like, well, you know, you want to go out? You just, no, I'm not really into that, or no, that's not my thing, or look, I really like you, you know, I don't know if we should have the same interests, but, you know, who am I to say? But no, I can't tonight, whatever. So I just wanted to kind of mention that. Yeah, this is the morning commute. I am driving in the driver's seat in the American car. I'm not on the opposite side. I'm not over here, which to you looks like I'm pointing to the driver's seat. Oh man, my camera is silly. There's something I can do here. Okay, how's that? Does that look like I'm in the driver's seat? I don't know what it is. So how many of you out there are still no contact, or are you having a hard time with it? You know, maybe you're waking up today and you're questioning things again. You feel better, you know, you got a good night's sleep, you feel fresh, or maybe you got a crappy night's sleep. And you're like, you know what, today's a new day. You know, each day I ponder, I think about things. I listen to YouTube videos. I question things. I try to go back and look at things that I thought about or what happened yesterday and kind of put them into context. I had a really good meeting with some channel partners of ours in our business. And, you know, one of the things that I'm doing now that I guess I never gave myself permission to do is just to listen more. Yeah, I know I'm talking here on this thing and I'm blah, 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 blah. But really, when I'm around people, I do listen a lot more. And, you know, if you want to make really good friends, and you know, this might be an exercise maybe you've never done, but just try being quiet around people. Ask them questions. Ask them open-ended questions, not questions that will be a yes or no answer, but questions like, well, tell me about where you're from. And then really listen to them. Now, if you're like me, when I'd ask people those questions, I don't know why, but I don't know if I was part narcissist, if my ex had this effect on me, or I felt I would have to talk. I would have to, when they said something, I would take it and I would turn it into how that affected me. Or, oh, I was from the same town too, you know, and not shut up again, but actually go back and start talking blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, I did this, and you know, and then the person's like looking at their watch like, yeah, okay, it's not going to run. But if you let people talk, people today don't have a voice. People are just treated like numbers, you know. You go to a restaurant to eat or something, some of the restaurants, you know, number 65, you know, it's like everybody's like a number, you know. What's your social security number, sir? And it's like an impersonal world. And people cocoon nowadays. They go back into their homes or their apartments, and they basically, that's their safety valve. That's their safety net, their safety, their cave or whatever. But people don't really truly interact throughout the day. One thing that was different for me is once I got away from my narc, I started really, you know, I felt lonely, okay, but I started like just paying attention more to like people, like, you know, like getting a donut or something in the morning, or getting something healthier than a donut, like a cup of coffee. That's not healthy, but anyways, like going to the gas station getting gas, and then like if I had to go in, I'd say hi to the person behind the counter and ask them how their day was going, and I'd really say, no, really, how's it going? You doing all right? You know? And then they'd open up, they'd talk to me. Now the person behind me probably didn't, you know, there wasn't usually anyone behind me when I'd ask that, but my point is that if you think that you're gonna lose your friends if you go with the narc, you might lose these friends. But guess what? These friends might not be compatible with you. You know, here's the thing. You right now, you're listening to this. You're in this group. You're going through a recovery. You're trying to change yourself. Well, if you're trying to change yourself, that's good, okay? Because you're finally, at first, you know, looking at this wound and going, how the freak did this wound get here? And what am I going to do to make sure it doesn't happen in the future? And how am I going to heal it? And you know what? That requires change. Yes, you're going to go through change. But I will tell you that if you do it the right way, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you're on the right path, if you're trudging down the road, even 2 miles an hour, you don't have to go 60 miles an hour. This isn't a race, okay? But if you just keep on the right path, if you keep filling yourself up with healthy, positive things, and not just bull crap, you know, like I don't know, just stuff that gives you permission to be you, stuff that makes you more aware of who you are, of what your place is, what is it that you like, you know, makes you question yourself. That's growth. So I say that if you keep doing that and you just trudge down the road, you're going to lose a lot of people that aren't going to go along the road with you, you know. Some people are going to stay back. Some people are going to turn around and walk the other way. But it's okay. It's okay because, you know, you probably haven't even met your best friend yet. You know, because the new you will only tolerate a certain type of person. It'll only tolerate people as healthy as you are. Now, if your borders are open, you don't have boundaries, yeah, you can make a lot of friends, right? Because people will use you, and I guess you get to call them friends because they interact with you and they spend time with you. But I would say that maybe a lot of your friends that you have aren't really even true friends. I only found just a handful, actually less than a handful. Well, a handful of, you know, three or so real true friends who supported me through my divorce. Now, a lot of the people, it wasn't like I became their enemies. I just had to get away from them for me. And they didn't want to be around me. Look, they didn't want to be in a divorce. A bunch of married people that are doing okay with their families, they don't want to be involved in taking sides in a nasty divorce. I mean, they even told me that. I said, look, we love you. We just don't want to get involved. We don't want to pick sides. And I don't know how it was for my narc, my ex one, but, you know, I'd venture to say that they were probably saying the same thing to her, but it's none of my business. I really don't know. And you know, if I see those people again, I mean, I'm not missing anybody, I guess is what I'm saying. I've met a lot of people online here. There's people online here that would just do anything for you. Now, saying that, there's internet safety rules, okay? Just because somebody's, you know, puts a profile up and says, oh, this is me and whatever, you really gotta, you know, don't give money to anybody. Don't send money or don't do anything crazy. You still got to get to really know people, all right? That's all I'm saying. There's so many, it's so easy to fake stuff online. We've had fake people in our group, okay? People that have gone online and, you know, I mean, I feel somewhat fake too, okay? I mean, you know, because I can't tell you guys everything, because if I did, I would destroy myself and I wouldn't be able to do these videos. I would destroy myself in the sense that it would almost look like I was smearing, okay? Because I would have to bring my ex into it if I wanted to tell you everything. It's okay to tell selective things. I would just say that I don't like to lie to people. I like to give you facts that will help you. I don't do lying by omission. I mean, I probably do, like in business and stuff. Do I try to do it? No. Is it standard practice? Yes. I'm talking about, now Josh is a liar, right? Well, Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do the best I can, really. But the title of this video, going back to it, is newness, and you can have like you could look. You got you've heard that saying. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. Today really is the first day of the rest of your life. You can do so many different things, and now it may be cloudy now, but if you keep asking yourself questions, if you keep looking at things, if you look at why did I do this, or why am I reacting to this person this way? I mean, that's what I've been doing like the last year and a half is I'm just listening to my gut. Dana talks about that, like, listen to your gut, your gut knows what you want. So I've been doing that. No, and I listen to my gut. What do I do? Okay, what do I exactly do? Well, when I get mad or upset, I'm able now to not let it ruin my day. I'm able to go, okay, I got upset over that. Why was I upset? Usually it's because of some type of fear. Like I was afraid that I was going to look bad at work, okay, or I was afraid I was going to say the wrong thing and then look stupid, all right, or I was going to I don't know, I just all these fears. But when I do that, when I'm able to kind of like notice things like that, then I can set up like boundaries. And I've read a lot about boundaries. I would encourage you to do that. There's a book by Boundaries. There's lots of good information on the internet about boundaries. That's one thing about the internet. I don't think they've really polluted the whole thing about self-help and with what we've got on narcissism. I think there's a lot of good information. In other words, I haven't come across anything where I said, oh, this seems really wrong. So but I mean, if you look at Dana's stuff, I'd highly recommend that. I mean, Dana's like, this is how this group is formed. So I guess I'm kind of talking off the cuff today, out of my butt. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of sharing with you kind of what goes through my head. What used to go through my head. Maybe some of you can relate. Let me think about it here, because I don't really do this every day anymore. I had this feeling going through my head, and I don't. Some people say, well, they hear the voices all the time. I don't hear voices. I just have like these feelings, and I guess you could almost call them flashbacks. But they're these feelings like, I can't believe she did that. How can she do that to me? How can somebody do that to me? What is wrong? And I wanted to tell the whole world. You know what? I kind of lost some friends that way too. I wanted to tell everybody about how wrong this person was, how much they wronged me, and how just and I would just. Now I came to this group and I could do that. People were like, "Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? I had the same thing happen to me." Guess what? After about 2 days of doing that, and then it would die down, I'd be fine. I'd be like, yeah, they see it. Yeah, they know it. Where when I'm talking to my friends, the people from the people that we both knew, they're like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Or even new people, I talk about the whole thing. I'd talk about it, and then they'd act like they were interested. Oh, really? Wow. I'm so sorry, Well, when they said I'm so sorry, they were like saying, yeah, I really don't want to hear about that. I thought that meant they wanted to hear about it all, And I would just I'd start talking about it, and then I'd look at my watch and be like, 8 minutes would have gone by, and I'd be like, oh, well, I don't want to bore you with the details, Them thinking that they'd be like, no, tell me more. I can't believe she did that. No, what really happened was, I'd say, well, I don't want to bore you with the details, and they go, oh, yeah, well, we're doing that. They change the subject. And I was like, oh, they really don't want to hear about it. Yeah, your friends don't want it. The people around you will tolerate a little bit of it, but they don't get it. They don't get what you've been through. And they want to see you get better. But a lot of people around you really don't want you to change, because then if you change, then they have to adjust. And people are lazy, okay? So what I say is, go no contact with people that you think may not be supportive, or if they really don't give you any type of support, it's okay. You can give them a pass. They don't know any better. They just, they got enough crap going on in their lives usually, and they don't want to have to deal with somebody else's life. So that's what I would say about that. So, anyways, hope y'all are having a good day. I'm going to wrap it up here in about 30 seconds. So, if anybody, I'll look at the comments here in a little bit. If anybody has anything, a burning issue or something they want to bring up, I just like for you guys to know that, you know, it doesn't last forever. I know you hear it, you know it's not, but your emotions are going, I'm done. This is the end of me. I'll never be the same. Well, there is some truth to that, because if you change, the old you is dying, right? You know, for me, I had to kind of get humble. Like, all this stuff I got caught up in with the narc, you know, all of it was just kind of pulled out from me. You know, I got to hit the reset button, and I like that. Plus, I got a couple good kids to boot, so I'm doing pretty well right now, and I want you to see that too. I want you to see the good things that you have, and just know that this is, if you take away anything, this is the most important thing, is that the only person keeping all that crap alive is you, and it's up here. All that stuff, no one's keeping a record of it. Maybe the narc is, but wait, you've got no contact with the narc. The only ones that are keeping it alive are you and the narc, and the narc is not keeping the right records alive. Those are the ones that are falsified. Those are the falsified documents that the narc has. Oh yeah, they've got some truth to it, but they're there for the wrong reasons and everything. So what I'm here to tell you is, start a new life. Start finding who you are. You know, look at all the things you already have. Be thankful for what you've had. You know, I don't know if I'm ready to be thankful that the narc came into my life. I mean, there's some good things from it, but I know I hear other people saying that. I'm just not there yet. You know, I mean, I just accept it. Hey, it happened. You know, and now I'm taking away the good parts from it. And I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I really mean that. I'm not just telling myself that, although I had to kind of fake it till you make it a little bit, because what I had to do though is not fake it completely, but just, you know, just kind of like push myself a little bit to think, well, what if you know, what if things are all right, what if things are good and everything. So you'll see if you stick with this, keep trudging down the road, keep going down the road, keep listening to videos, keep reading, you know, be around positive people. And be around people that are going through this too, that are struggling. It's okay to be around people that are down. Those aren't negative people. Those are people that are healing, and they're going through the same thing that you probably are. So that's okay too, you know. So I don't know. It's a mix. So all right, guys, you have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Love you. Bye.